Good morning. We are here at Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe on a somewhat cloudy, rainy Monday morning. Welcome to EMC News. We're recording live here on Monday at noon till 1. I'm your host, Margie Taylor. EMC News is all about the local things going on in Grangerland, New Caney, Splendora, and Porter. Things that are happening with the Splendora ISD, New Caney ISD, the local East Montgomery County Chamber, law enforcement, Precinct 4 Commissioner's Office, and things that are important to you. We are also now on FM 104.5 and 106.1. Today, we welcome Lenora Purvis of Heaven's Army of Resources and some of the people that are involved in her annual Operation Giving Heart that helps children and youth in East Montgomery County receive a wonderful Christmas. But first, let's go over a few updates and things that are going on in our area. EMC, East Montgomery County Improvement District, is hosting their annual Christmas open house today from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. Anyone is welcome to come join. The public is encouraged to come and have a few treats, listen to some music, and meet some people in the community. Everybody is welcome. Again, that's 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the EMC building, which is connected to the library off of Eagle Drive. New Caney ISD will host their Hour of Code tonight at 6 p.m. at the community room at Texan Drive Stadium. Youth is going to go through age-appropriate coding activities, and it's open to all students, kindergarten through 12th graders. This is very innovative. It's about creating avatars. It's doing robots, games. It's all about coding on the internet, things I know nothing about, but apparently our youth of today do. So please bring your Chromebooks. It's a free event. And all participants must register on the New Caney ISD website to attend. Splendora ISD will also host an Hour of Code tomorrow from 6 to 8 at Splendora High School. You can see it's a growing thing. And again, everybody is welcome. It's free, but please RSVP on the Splendora ISD website. Splendora Skate Pass is available now. And it includes entrance fee for 2 adults, 2 kids, pizza, drinks, and a cookie. You can download the coupon that is $25 on their site. And the really nice thing about the Splendora Skate Center is it is part of Splendora ISD, and it benefits the kids that attend school there. Heaven's Army of Resources is having their 6th annual Operation Giving Heart Christmas outreach on Monday, December 19th from 4 to 8 p.m. And again, we're going to be hearing from Lenora and some of the people that are actively involved in this event here shortly. They are still needing toys, bikes, volunteers, people who want to participate, and we will learn more about that and how to connect with Lenora shortly. The cutoff for needing assistance is December 9th. And the phone number to call her is 281-689-5864, and that will get you to Heaven's Army of Resources. Toy boxes are set up at Snap Fitness, East Montgomery County Fire Station, Fishtails Academy, Heaven's Army, Rhonda's Family Hair Care, Roman Forest Police Department, Remax Porter, and Caney Cowboy Church. You can get involved in this fabulous event that serves over 1,000 kids in East Montgomery County. Winter break for both Splendora and New Caney ISD will be December 19th through December 30th. Early release will be Friday, December 16th. Can you believe we're moving into the Christmas holidays already? I mean, shoot, it's going to be 2017 in a blink of an eye, so get ready. Precinct 4 Constable's Office wants to remind everyone to hide, lock, and take. What does this mean? Hide your valuables in your cars, lock, and take your keys. Let's stop the opportunities for people to steal from you. Now, people get kind of frantic when funds are low, and especially at Christmas time. So when you're out shopping, make sure that you hide your valuables and take your keys. Don't let people take advantage of a situation. Be vigilant. And remember that you can sign up for Vacation Watch. This is a free service that's put on by Precinct 4 Constable's Office. So if you're planning to be away from home over the holidays, go on their website and put in to have a vacation watch. This is good any time of year, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So, some upcoming calendar dates to remember. Tonight is the Concerned Citizens meeting at 7:30 at the library with all your East Montgomery County officials providing you updates and things that are happening in our community. The Greater East Montgomery County Chamber monthly luncheon is this coming Wednesday in 2 days from 11:30 to 1. The speaker will be none other than Rick Hatcher, the president of the Chamber. He will be giving us updates on things that happened in the year, the Sawmill Festival, and, of course, their Chamber Gala, which is coming up February 17th at the Kingwood Country Club with a Las Vegas theme. Sounds like there's going to be some gambling going on, Lenora. Just saying. They're looking for sponsors. $70 admission, and sponsor levels go from $700 Monte Carlo sponsor with a table to $5,000 level as the Bellagio sponsor. So if you're coming to the luncheon, please go on their website, RSVP, bring a friend, bring a guest, and also bring non-perishable canned food donations for Mission Northeast. Suggested items include canned chili and hearty soups, and even a can opener. There's a ribbon cutting this Thursday, December 8th at noon for all-around communications at the MSED parking lot. Everybody is welcome to attend and get in that photo op. Save the date, Sunday, December 11th. So that's this coming weekend. Tavola will be having their reindeer run, 5K and kids 1K run. It's going to be fun for everybody, and this is a CHIP sanctioned race, meaning it's official. So for those competitive runners, get out there, get your chip, register to come and join, and bring your kids for the 1K run. Thirsty Thursday is a week from tomorrow, December 13th at 4:30 at Longhorn Steakhouse. They have special drink prices, networking, and free hors d'oeuvres. This is part of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, but you do not need to be a member to come find out, network, and meet new people. Increase your business contacts. So, again, I am Margie Taylor, and this is EMC News. And we have this hour-long talk show every Monday from noon to 1 about everything that's going on in East Montgomery County. We will be right back to hear from Lenora Purvis, Heaven's Army of Resources, and her upcoming event, Operation Giving Heart.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
When medical emergencies happen, trust your best neighbors ever for extraordinary emergency care from board-certified physicians. Neighbors Emergency Center is making lives better by providing exceptional medical care for you and your family, 24/7, 365 days a year, with little to no wait time. With Montgomery County locations in Porter and Kingwood, Neighbors Emergency Center is there for you. For more information on Neighbors Emergency Centers, please visit them online at nec24.com.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, we are back on EMC News, recording live from downtown Conroe. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for the show, and there will be a podcast of this show available by tomorrow on SoundCloud and YouTube. Also, you can go to our show page, irlonestar.com/EMCN, or check us out on Facebook for all the local things happening at EMC News. So, we're back here with Lenora Purvis, who's the Executive Director of Heaven's Army of Resources, and we have a whole lot of people here, actually, in the studio office here. So we will introduce them all one by one. Welcome, Lenora.
Good afternoon.
And who do you have with you today, right now?
I have my pastor, Pastor Timothy McGee from Cornerstone Church in Cleveland. I have a dear friend, Pastor Winston Hancock from North Park Christian Church in Kingwood. And I have a sponsor, supporter, Miss Karen Maybe from the Filter Man. And I have another supporter, Chief Carlisle from Roman Forest Police Department. And I have two recipients, Miss Tara and Miss Brandy.
Fabulous. So let's learn a little bit about Heaven's Army. When did you start Heaven's Army? Tell me about Heaven's Army, what it is exactly.
I started Heaven's Army in February of 2010. I opened the doors to the community of East Montgomery County in June of 2010. And we provide different services free to the community, food, clothing. I just recently opened a women's home where we rescue women from drug addiction and prostitution and just hopelessness. We also provide Bible studies each week and karate, different things.
Wonderful. So it's a faith-based nonprofit organization that serves East Montgomery County. And you have grown since you started in 2010 with a lot of different programs, outreaches, and different things that you do. You even have classes for kids. You have karate, you have cheerleading, you have the Zumba classes for adults, drug abuse classes, Bible studies. So tell me about these gentlemen and how they got involved with you.
Well, I entered the doors of Cornerstone Church in 2009. I was faced in prison, and with my third DWI, and my probation officer invited me to Cornerstone Church, and that's where I've met Pastor Tim and Pastor James Holt. And then I met Pastor Winston whenever I was invited by another pastor to a group prayer meeting, and I met him and several other pastors that took me under their wing and started pouring into me and sowing into my walk with God.
So how have they walked with you with Heaven's Army? Gentlemen, you can jump in anytime, too.
They've corrected me. They've listened to me. They have
mentored.
Yeah, they've been amazing.
Mentored, helped you as leaders in the community.
Absolutely.
And so, do they help facilitate the Bible classes, or what do they do with Heaven's Army?
They have, absolutely. Pastor Winston just ended a Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage class. He did a 4-week study, and now we're talking about some parenting classes. And what was the name of the other study you had?
We're going to do a study on forgiveness.
Yes.
Starting in January.
And Pastor Tim is wherever I need him.
Okay. Are you good with that, Pastor Tim?
I'm good with that.
Okay,
Good with that.
Wonderful. So how have you gentlemen gotten involved in some of the outreach that Lenora is working on?
Well, as Lenora said, she's a part of our church, and her and her husband Howard are there with us every Sunday and Wednesday. And our church is actually partnered with Lenora monthly, and we are one of her supporters and invest into her ministry. This upcoming Operation Giving Heart, about 60 of our church members are going to be volunteering and working 9 different booths. In the past, we've had moonwalks and Velcro wall and popcorn machine and cotton candy machine and all of that. Our church really sees the ministry that her and Howard have put together and what God's given them there at Heaven's Army. And our church really rallies around Lenora. Anytime that she's got a vision, we know that it's straight from God and that something big and something good is going to happen. And so our church, they turn out literally by the dozens, sometimes hundreds, to help whatever crazy idea she's going to do next.
She can be spontaneous.
Just a little bit.
Yes, I've known Lenora for many years as well. So let's talk about Operation Giving Heart. What exactly is that, and how did you start this? How did you implement this idea?
Again, I had a vision, and I heard the voice of the Lord share with me about giving heart. It's not, even though we're giving gifts and somebody else is receiving, it's about the one giving. And whether it be of giving financially or giving of their time and resources, they are the ones that going to truly receive the blessing. And so it's about the giving heart, 2 Corinthians 9:7. And so they each decide what to give and how much to give and whatever it is. We started out, my first year was, I just had it kind of small-minded and thought just Heaven's Army. And then I started working with Roman Forest Police Department and the East Montgomery County Fire Department. And they seen what I was doing, and they asked how they could partner and help and make it something that was open to the community rather than just what we were doing inside Heaven's Army. And so when I sat down with the police chief at that time and sat down with the fire chief, and we just coordinated together and says, we'll help you, we'll get behind you and support you. And so it grew from my very first year. We had, my first year I had about 15 kids. And then my year partnering with the fire department, the police department of Roman Forest, then we went to 300, and we thought that was like all of East Montgomery County. And it was huge. And then now it is that we serve over 1,000 children.
And it started at the fire department, which was then New Caney Fire Department.
Yes.
And there were families and children everywhere, I remember. And it kind of outgrew that and got to be almost a dangerous situation with people parking on the street and running in across the street and things like that.
Yes.
And I believe you had it at the fire station for 2 years?
1 year.
1 year.
Just 1 year. We outgrew that the very first year because, again, police department and fire department, they're like, Lenore, this is
it isn't going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it was a dangerous thing. So now, for the past 4 years, this is the 6th year. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? So for the past 4, you've been at the fairgrounds, Bull Salas
Park.
Yes. And it's a huge community endeavor. Now, tell me about how Pastor Winston, what role do you play in this?
Well, we've been a supporter with Lenora from the very beginning. When I first met Lenora, she just greatly impressed me with her devotion, her love for the Lord, and her desire to reach out and help other people. She is really a people person, and that's obvious when you get to know her and know Heaven's Army's ministry.
Right.
From that, we came along beside her. I've been working with her as a mentor and prayer partner, but we also support her financially, and then we do a toy drive within our church, and we provide that at the program as well. We participate in the outreach to the parents while they're there at the center. So it's just a real joy to be a part of the ministry.
It's become really big. It's become a really big deal.
Throughout the area support Heaven's Army, and so I'm very pleased with the way I see area participation. It brings a lot of churches together. A lot of business organizations are involved in this as well. So when you meet Lenora, I kid her all the time. I call her Lenora Faith Walker. You know, she should have married Luke Skywalker, but she's a great faith walker and always doing something. And when she gets a vision from the Lord, you just know that that's something that she's prayed about and had a desire to do.
And you want to get behind her and help her
and so
out, support her.
We're very pleased to be a part of that ministry.
Well, and it takes more than just Lenora with her vision to make these things happen. So you both, Pastor Timothy and Pastor Winston, have walked with her for a long period of time, since 2009 or so, and have been part of all the different things that she does, whether it's the Giving Heart Christmas outreach program or Bible studies or any of the other ministries that she does, even with her Home of Amazing Grace and different things. So without that, it really does take a village to make things happen. One person can't necessarily make all the changes on their own. Even though Lenora is a small spitfire with all this energy and enthusiasm, well, she creates followers, and that's what a leader does. If you turn around and there's no one following you, you're not a leader, right? And she is definitely a leader in the community and continually getting more people engaged, like a Pied Piper or Jesus Christ, right?
Right.
Following her.
And that's part of the outreach as well as the vision of it. It's not about Heaven's Army or even myself. It is when you walk in there, you see that it took literally hundreds of people to put on this event. I can't do it without Cornerstone Church or North Park or the Filterman or Roman Forest Police
Correct.
Department. I can't do it without everyone's participation in what we're doing. So, we have our one banner that says Heaven's Army, but then you look around and you see the other 40 businesses and churches that are there, and you go out there and see literally thousands upon thousands of toys and hundreds of bicycles. I didn't do that.
Well, and if you have not been to this, anybody who's listening, it is an amazing thing to be part of, which again, that will be Monday, December 19th from 4 to 9-ish, 4 to 8. And people line up. We will hear from some of the recipients here shortly, but people line up for a period of time before this even starts. And what it does is helps get gifts for Christmas for families that are undergoing some kind of changes where they could not probably afford to get gifts for their children. And you serve anywhere from newborn up to 18, right? With the highest demand being for elementary school age children.
Yes.
And bikes. You need bikes. You need people to help assemble bikes, don't you?
Lots of
Isn't that a
bikes
big
to put
thing?
together.
Yes. So this is a huge endeavor. And are you still partnering with like KSBJ? Are
Yes,
they
ma'am.
coming out there?
Yes,
So when you walk in there, your heart just gets so much bigger. It kind of reminds me of The Grinch Stole Christmas, how his heart got bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the feeling you get when you walk in there. And it kind of gives me chills thinking about it, because I have seen it over the progression of the many years.
Yes,
and it is vast. You just want to jump in and do whatever she needs and be a part of something that's so much bigger than you. It's bigger than the community. It's just, and it's just a wonderful thing to do, to be part of. So tell me a little bit about how families get approved to be part of this. What's the process?
We receive recommendations from different churches, different businesses, the schools. We normally had it just to where this was our first year that we opened up, and we hit the ground going to every business around that we could, and asking the employers, if you have your employees that are going through a hard time, you got single parents, you've had somebody affected by the flood or a fire, how can we help them this year for Christmas? And so we opened it up a little bit bigger this year, rather than just being recommendations solely from the schools. And then, like I said, the churches, we've contacted the local churches and said, how can we help your members in the church that
So you're trying to fill all the gaps that you may have missed out on just focusing on the schools.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we have to take a little break here, so we'll be back, and I want to find out a little bit more, and if someone can still get involved in that, in the Operation Giving Heart, to be a recipient. I'm Margie Taylor. This is EMC News. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Animals of all shapes and sizes are welcomed at Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, with vet services like extensive health exams, vaccinations, heartworm, tick, flea prevention, along with experienced and trustworthy emergency and urgent care. For more information on Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, visit bigthicketvetnc.com or locally at 18403 FM 1485 in New Caney, Texas.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor, and this is EMC News, Lone Star Community Radio from downtown Conroe. We are here with Lenora Purvis, Executive Director of Heaven's Army of Resources, and she is telling us about her event she has on Monday, December 19th from 4 to 8 p.m., Operation Giving Heart, in its 6th year of helping the community by getting gifts for children that would, unfortunate families that would not normally be receiving a Christmas this year. So it has started back in 2010, and it started with 15 families, 15 kids.
And 15 families.
Yeah, 15 families, and now it is 1,000 plus. Mm-hmm. So, wow. Yeah. It's huge.
Huge.
So you were telling me before we took a little break how somebody gets involved if they need assistance. Is it better to call you directly, to call your office, to send an email, or all of the above?
All the above.
And just keep at it. And then tell me your process for determining if somebody is going to be eligible to be part of the program.
Well, they can apply by coming to our office. They bring their photo ID, birth certificates for each child, and their proof of income.
Okay. Do you validate if they are getting gifts from other sources, or is that really, because people ask these questions?
Yes.
You know, I know, having worked with nonprofits, that some people do, but most people don't go from place to place to place. What do you do to ensure that your gifts are going to those that need it most?
We share our list with those that have asked. I know Mission Northeast, we share our list. And then, to be honest with you, we've even had businesses that will call me and let me know that they've overheard a conversation of so-and-so saying that they were going to several different places, and they'll let me know their names.
Okay.
And so, because they know that what we're doing.
That you're legit.
Yes.
You're really trying to help people. Yeah. And why give it to somebody who's already getting something if you know a family that could really use your assistance?
Right. And so that is working so closely with the different businesses and organizations that, like I said, sometimes you might be sitting in an office somewhere not realizing somebody's listening to you talk. Sure. And they'll call my office and say, I heard this one talking.
How often does that really happen, though?
Not very often.
See, that's the thing.
Not a lot.
People don't realize that it doesn't really happen all the time. Now, Chief Carlisle might say something different because he's on the side of the law, and sometimes he hears different things than we do. But people don't genuinely try to use the system. Some people do, yes, but most people don't.
Right.
So, Chief Carlisle, welcome to the show. I think you've been on here like 4 times or so, 5 times. I'm not sure. Lost count. So welcome back again. So tell me how you've been involved with Lenora and what's going on with her program.
Well, I met Lenora at a city council meeting when she came by to introduce herself and this new project that she come up with, Heaven's Army, and I've had the utmost respect for her ever since. She's even taught a class for us at the police department with some human trafficking stuff.
Nice.
But we've always done, the Roman Forest Police Department has always done a toy drive as far back as anybody I know can remember. And we've always done like an independent toy drive. And the past years before we got involved with Heaven's Army, we would take all our toys up to the school. And then the school would identify the kids who needed it. Mm-hmm. And then I think we had some extra toys that came in after our deadline, and Chief Jaslow was the chief at the time. And somehow or another in a conversation, Lenora was doing a toy drive, and we had a place to drop them off. I don't remember that. I don't think I was actually there when the actual drop-off happened, so maybe Lenora can expand on that. But now we do an independent toy drive. But everything we do, we turn over to Heaven's Army for distribution.
It was just even a complete testimony of how that even came about because, like I said, we had the 15 families, and I knew I was to provide Christmas for them, but at this point I had absolutely nothing. And so we had some people that were involved, volunteers, had donated some used toys. So I had my volunteers washing all the used toys, and we were going to give these to the kids. And so they looked nice, but they were used. And
you don't take used toys anymore, do you? I mean, they're all brand new.
They're all brand new.
And we're going to talk about that whole shopping experience here shortly, too.
But at that time, I said, Lord, I know you want me to provide Christmas, but we're doing the best we can, and this is what we have. And so I prepared everything. We washed all the toys. We got it ready. And I was still facing prison at this time, that I had started Heaven's Army, and all this was going on, not knowing what's going on. And so I look out the door, and here comes 2 cop cars pulling in, and the policemen getting out, and they're like, Miss Lenora, the police are here. And I'm like, it's okay. We're still doing this event. It doesn't matter. And they come in and they ask me what I was doing. I'm like, this is what, and I shared with them. And then they ended up telling me they were there to
help you out,
to help us out with the toys. And
wonderful.
It was bags and bags and bags of toys that they had that were dropped off. And that really, and then they went and they had left and then went talk to the fire department. That's how we got connected. And
right.
And it just went from there.
So you enjoy doing this, right? Now, this is Stephen Carlisle. He is the Roman Forest Police Chief out there, and you've been involved with this. So how long have you been police chief out there?
I've been police chief a little over 4 years, and prior to that, I was deputy chief.
So you've still been involved, though, with Roman Forest and, of course, what Lenora is doing. So you not only collect toys, do you also assemble bikes?
We haven't been. I think the fire department.
I hear she's looking for somebody
out there. But if you need any help, let me know.
Okay.
Maybe we might can.
We now heard that.
Have an officer or two help. But
yes.
We do have a reserve force that I can give them some reserve time to help. But I don't have a full team to be able to help you, but I can help with a couple probably.
Okay. Will you write that down?
He will put 2 bikes together. 2 bikes.
2 bikes.
How many bikes do you normally get? About 100?
300.
300.
Oh, wow.
Okay, but you got 2 bikes. I'm writing that down. 2 bikes. Roman Forest will help.
I know when we give
Thank you. It's
the
the
ones
small
that we
pieces that
contribute.
make a difference.
It's a giving
right?
heart.
It's
It's a giving heart.
That little sprinkle. Thank you.
We'll help out where we can.
So you also have sitting here with you Karen from the Filter Man. Tell me about what Karen does.
Oh, my goodness. She is the reason we're in the building that we're in.
Oh, well, that's significant.
Absolutely. She's the reason behind that we've actually grown to the extent that we have. We outgrew our first building within the first 6 months of opening in 2010. And it was our first year. I was praying for a building, and she had a building, and her daughter had called me asking me to help with a fundraiser for one of her employees that was sick. And I told her I would help as long as she could do a lot of the footwork because I would be moving. And she said, where are you moving? I said, I don't know. I don't have a building. And she says, let me call you back in a few minutes. And that's when I met her mother, Miss Karen Mabey of the Filter Man.
So what is the Filter Man?
Well, the Filter Man is a air filter distributor business that we started in 1992 on 1485, so 25 years ago.
Okay.
And we built the building that Heaven's Army is in and moved into it in 2000 and outgrew it. And we had moved into the East Industrial Business Park. And we needed someone to rent it. And we were trying to put together a benefit for someone that worked for us. And we had no idea how to do that. So we were looking for some help. And that's how we met Lenora. And it was just a perfect fit. Because here we have this great big building that's doing nothing.
Wow.
And we have somebody who needs a big building.
Needs and wants right now.
Yes, and can grow into something magnificent for East Montgomery County. Because we've lived out here since 1992, and it really needed it. We needed some kind of a resource for people because there's just all kinds of people living all out and about
right.
and have nothing.
Right. And it's a growing area. And when you have a growing area, you also have growing poverty as well.
Growing needs.
Yes.
Exactly. So, we just decided to partner with them and make it so they could afford to rent our building, and they've been in it now for 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
And you've made a lot of changes there. It looks great. You have the pantry. You have your sanctuary, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
It's amazing.
We've added restrooms. We've added 2 more restrooms.
Restrooms are nice.
Yes. It's always growing, and you only have one
down the street
downstairs
or something.
And then we added a concession stand and office.
Concession stand. I didn't know about a concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because we provide different activities, and so we have an area that with a roll-up window that we can put the food inside
nice.
and then give food out.
Right. Okay. So, Karen, you are part of one of the many partners in the community. What do you do to help out with Operation Giving Heart?
Well, other than financial support, we provide use of our vehicles to be able to transport toys from Heaven's Army to Bolsellis Park or any of the other stuff that they need and then bring it back. And I have some employees that are also using.
Well, that's a big help because Lenora needs transportation because when we come back from taking a break here, we're going to talk about this whole shopping spree that you do. People think Black Friday They have no idea what you do on Black Friday.
Try shopping for
and
$1,000
I'm
on Black Friday.
assuming that they're using your vehicles to help with some of this, possibly, or
Could be.
transferring them to Bull Sallis Park, all of that. So we'll be right back. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for EMC News.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor, or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Check out EMC News on Facebook. Like us to see more about coming shows and guests.
Hello, Margie Taylor with EMC News. And I wanted to mention that the first half of our show is sponsored by Neighbors Emergency Clinic that helps with emergencies 24/7, 354 days of the year, and take most medical. So we are back on EMC News. And I also want to mention that we're always looking for sponsors. You can call me at 936-828-6881, or you can hit me up on Facebook at EMC News, or send me an email, margie@taylorizedpr.com. We are here with Lenora Purvis, Executive Director of Heaven's Army of Resources, and she is talking about her amazing Christmas outreach that started with 15 families and now serves over 1,000 kids in East Montgomery County. Always looking for volunteers, always looking for sponsors. You can donate an hour, 2 hours, or a day to help her out. It's all great. And some of the partners in the community that she has worked with. She has worked with Pastor Winston from North Park Christian Church, Pastor Timothy from Cornerstone Church since the inception back in 2009. And we were just speaking with Karen from the Filter Man. And now we have 2 ladies with us who have been recipients of the program. And I will let Lenora go ahead and introduce the ladies that you're going to be hearing from here.
Yes, I have Miss Tara. She is going to be a recipient of Operation Giving Heart Christmas gifts. She was going through a rough time, and I'll let her share that. And then also I have Miss Brandy, and she is also a recipient of gifts for her children as she is going through a divorce at this time. Miss Tara?
Yes, I met Miss Lenora through my pastors, and ever since she's been a part of my life, she's been a true blessing, and I'm just truly blessed to be able to receive from her and the gifts from Operation Giving Heart.
How many children do you have?
I have 4.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am, I do. I have a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, I have a 5-year-old, and a 5-month-old. So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You don't look old enough to have 4 kids. I'm just saying.
I'm 31, but
oh my.
Ever since Miss Lenora has been in my life, she's been a true blessing.
Wonderful. So, how many years have you gotten assistance from Lenora?
This is actually my first year.
The first year?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Fabulous. So, what would you do if you weren't able to participate in this?
Well, normally help from family, but I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so this is the first time that I've ever had to, really be on my own. And the help from Miss Lenora is a true blessing because I don't know how else I would, my parents would normally help, but
everything helps.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And she's also working on reconciliation with the husband that she is separated from.
Good.
So
That's always
it
the
wasn't
best
just
thing
about
to
the
do.
presents and the gifts. It's
Right.
how can we be a part of this?
And that's what
even
people
after.
need to hear,
Yes.
that there's more to this than just, coming in and getting the gifts.
Yes.
And that's your whole thing. It's a hand up,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you try to get the families involved in making their life better, whatever way that happens.
They think they're coming in for one thing, and we actually want to know more so we can help them with the other stuff.
Right. And find out what's hurting.
What's going on. Because the toys are going to break. They're going to outgrow the clothes. The bikes will end up in the shed. So what is it past this time can we do to help our community?
So that they're not continually needing assistance, but they're moving into self-sufficiency.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So you also have another lady here at the table.
Yes, Miss Brandy.
Miss Brandy. Welcome, Brandy.
Thank you.
So you are also a recipient?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2. What are their ages?
11 and 13.
11 and 13. Oh, the teenage and almost teenage
Yes.
years. Lucky you. So how did you come to find out about this program?
Through a volunteer from Heaven's Army. I met Miss Lenore a few months ago.
Great. So tell me a little bit about how this is going to make an impact on your life.
Tremendously. If it wasn't for Miss Lenore, I wouldn't be able to provide a Christmas for my children this year.
Now, what we haven't talked about, how does this work exactly, Lenora? The families come in there and they're involved in playing games and listening to music and dancing and eating and doing all this, and a parent goes behind the scenes and grabs how many gifts, and how is it set up?
When they come in, there's a process beforehand where they have come to our office and been pre-approved and got an approval letter, and they have that with their ID, and they're told that the children have to attend the event with them. This is a night for the families to be together, not just come pick up a bag of toys and leave. We want the children involved for a night of fun. And so they will then come through the line and bring their paper and then get in the line, and they will bring an adult with them. And the other adult will take the children into a different door, and they go and join the party where all the businesses are set up, all the churches, and everyone is doing an activity. From, like Pastor Tim said, they have food and then the Velcro wall and the moonwalks and different activities.
And there's music. There's a lot going on.
Yes, we have 3 different musicians that will play that night. And so there's a lot of entertainment. We have Blue Santa that will be
Roman Forest
Police Department will be there as Santa, and Santa gives gifts as well, and so there's a whole process to it. And then, like I said, the parents can leave after they've shopped and take all the gifts home, and then return back with the other adult that was there. And the kids
they don't know
what happened unless the parents tell them.
They're going behind a curtain, so to speak, or a door, and it is blocked off, and it is set up with tarp prior to this happening on Monday evening. And it is set up by boy, girl, and age group, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's tables. And then you also look back there. If you've never seen this is just amazing. All you see is rows and rows of these 300 bikes plus 2 that are set up and assembled for kids. So the parents pick out so many items, 3 items or whatever the amount is.
It depends on
whatever
what
your
we
allocation is.
Yes, ma'am. Once we get all the stuff in from the toy drives, and we've looked and how much money we've raised, and we've went out shopping, like you said. I did the Black Friday, the Thursday after.
Tell me about that, real quick. So, tell me about this Black Friday shopping thing for other people that haven't seen it. It isn't just you go hit the sales. You go and fill up a vehicle and then go back again, right, and get more.
I get the trailer from the East Montgomery County Fire Department, and we load it down, and then after we've emptied it, we go back out again.
And it has a lot of stuff in there.
It has a lot of stuff.
You spend a lot of money. How much money have they helped you raise to do this shopping?
For this year?
Yes.
I think 14,000.
14,000. And in the past, you've had 11,000, 17,000.
Yes.
And this is by them soliciting on street corners, literally, asking for money. And that's what it goes for, right? And you also have, you partner with the churches to help as well, don't you?
churches and business. Miss Karen, she was a $2,500 sponsor. Sam's Club sponsored $2,500.
And that all goes towards the kids.
Goes towards.
Now, are you also going to be having, is Fishtails out there with
They
you?
will be providing food this year for all my volunteers, so they know to plan to feed at least 150 to 200 volunteers.
And you also have other food out there for the families, or?
Grace Covenant Baptist Church in Porter will provide hot dogs, and Domino's Pizza will provide pizza.
Wow, so there's a lot going on. So, ladies, have you seen this before? Have you been a part of this at all before?
No, ma'am.
So you haven't even seen it. Wow, this is going to make you cry. This is a tearjerker for anybody who comes, whether you're a recipient or you're a volunteer. I know that we'll have Chief Carlisle back on here in a minute, but he has seen it, and it brings tears to your eye. Everybody is shaking their head looking at me. And so it is a great event. So you still need volunteers. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the best way to get in touch with you is by calling you, going into Heaven's Army, going on your website, sending you an email. So, or going on your Facebook page, right?
Yes, ma'am. Facebook is good.
Facebook, and you have several Facebook pages. You have the Heaven's Army of Resources page. You have one for the event,
yes.
Operation Giving Heart. And your email is harrcministries@yahoo.com. And they can also call you at 832-401-7965. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back to talk a little bit more and wrap up about Heaven's Army and who our guests will be in the forthcoming Mondays. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for EMC News.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is on FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 coming in June 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk show and music shows on YouTube and cable TV, we are offering special sponsorship rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcasts. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like this one you're listening to right now online at irlonestar.com/sponsor. Or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, Margie Taylor with EMC News. As a reminder, today's show, this second half, was sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic that serves the large or small animals in New Caney and makes house calls for all your larger animals. And we are here with Lenora Purvis with Heaven's Army of Resources talking about Operation Giving Heart, which is December 19th. Next Monday, we have Rick Hatcher with the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber talking about updates, things that's going on with the Chamber. And on the 19th, we will have the YMCA of East Montgomery County. Chief Carlisle, you wanted to mention a couple of things real quick?
Yeah, real quick. This is our second year doing this. We have a Christmas tree lighting on the 9th. That's this Friday at 6 p.m. The mayor, Chris Parr, he's got his famous pulled pork sliders that's going to be serving. Everybody's invited. And this year we got a special big giant switch that a kid gets to pull to turn the light on for the tree.
Well, that's kind of fun. Lenora, do you have any last closing words you want to add?
We need bikes.
You need bikes, and you need people to help assemble bikes. So they need to call you. Pastor Timothy, anything you want to say?
I would just encourage everyone to come out and be a part of it. It's one of the greatest events I've ever been to, and this year I'll be there again, and I'll bring my little one this year, let him see what Christmas is like in other kids' lives as well.
Wonderful. Again, if you want to find out more, you can also just go on my EMC News page and send me a message or put a comment in there, and I will connect you with Lenora or anybody else to help out. We hope you've enjoyed the show today. I'd love to hear back from you. Contact me via the Facebook at EMC News. Thank you for listening. Tune in next Monday and check us out. Be safe.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schissler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schissler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.